You know, it's weird. Every time I'm like washing my face or I'm doing my hair, doing my makeup or whatever, getting ready, I'm always like, I'm ready to talk. I'm always talking to myself. And I feel like I'm giving really good tips. And the second I hit record on the camera, like everything just gets out of my head. I'm dumb. I don't know what to say, you know? I don't know. I wanted to do a girl talk and just talk about like advice in life, or just because I feel like I would need that, like if that makes sense, you know, like I would want to have that at this moment. So I'm just like, you know what, I might as well just do it even if I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, you know how like I feel like it happens to everybody, but with social media it gets really easy to compare yourself to other people's lifestyle, because what they're showing is like the highlights of their life, you know, they're showing the really pretty aesthetic stuff. And then even in vlogs, like in actual like YouTube vlogs when people talk, not like just like snippets of vlogs and like reels or TikTok, it's just like their life looks so pleasing and aesthetic, but like honestly we don't know what they're going through in their life unless they straight out like talk about it. It's really easy to compare ourselves. When you're in that comparison funk, it's really hard to get out of it, and you start being unproductive, you start criticizing yourself, and then you feel like shit. Straight up. And I've been feeling like this for quite some time. I don't know. I started my YouTube channel like I think a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. I started my YouTube channel a year ago, and I wasn't like, obviously like I was on social media, I was on TikTok, I was consuming social media, I wasn't creating content. And like I was myself, you know, I was not shy of being like who I am, even if sometimes it's cringy. And then now that I'm actually like on social media, I'm creating content, I guess. And obviously like when you want to become something or you want to do something, you want to surround yourself with people that have the same mentality as you. So you're just, example, you want to be a dentist, like let's just take me for example. I'm gonna follow a lot of dentist students, or like dental students from everywhere in the world. I'm going to follow a lot of dental accounts because like that's all I can think about. And when it comes to content creating, you have like, sometimes we don't know what to do, or like how to gain the followers or the engagement or all that stuff. Surrounding myself with content creators that I like, that I enjoy, that I like their aesthetic and all that stuff, I become inspired by them, and it becomes really easy to lose yourself as you're trying to find yourself, you know. And I know that it's something that it's normal to lose yourself in order to find yourself, but in that period of time that I am right now, I'm like losing it just a bit. And I can't believe I'm saying this on the internet, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to be who you are for your bride without being somebody else, you know, kind of like the imposter syndrome. I've been feeling the imposter syndrome for quite some years, and I don't know, like example, you work on something, you do an assignment, and then you give it in and you get a really good grade, and you're like, dude, like I didn't even do anything, like how did this happen? You know, I just like, okay, I thank God for this, it wasn't me. Over the years, it's like I'm doing things that I don't even know what I'm doing most of the time, and I'm just like, how am I getting these things? And like how, you know, like I feel like a fraud. And that's kind of like, I know for a while, like I stopped vlogging and recording videos, or like even, yeah, I kind of stopped consuming TikToks a bit, and I stopped creating as well. And I'm still trying to figure out like who I am, what I'm at, and I'm still kind of in that funk. I thought if I, you know, stopped consuming it or consumed a little less, that I'd kind of find myself. That's kind of where practicing who you are applies, because you can't just wake up one day and just say like, oh, I'm gonna be a productive person, or I'm gonna be this, that. Like obviously you have goals and aspirations, but you can't just wake up one day and then be that person. You have to literally practice that person every single day. Some days you might trip and fall, but you gotta like keep practicing that. And that's when spending some time with yourself becomes important. Whether or not you want to get married in the future, or you want to enter a relationship, you want to be the best version of yourself, because you have to, obviously we change, like over the years we changed, so you kind of have to know who you are, like I would say for now, and spend time with yourself, whether it's by reading books or listening to podcasts help so much with reflection and just making you really think deeper, you know. At first I think it was like a trend where like people would listen to podcasts, oh listen to this, that. I was like, no, not really, that's not for me. And then my best friend sent me a couple of podcasts, and then I kind of got into it, and I was like, yo, podcasts they're actually it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, when you're practicing who you want to become, you kind of have to romanticize your life. You don't have to do it so that everybody can see it, like you don't have to create vlogs or record and all that stuff, but really like romanticize every single moment of your life, or else it's just gonna become dull, and life is gonna feel like a chore, and you're not gonna want to keep going. You're gonna be stuck, and you're not gonna want to get out of bed. Like I'm not gonna lie, I still struggle to get out of bed every single day, and I know that if you find one thing that's gonna help you or make you want to get out of bed, like the smell of coffee, like I can't wait to make coffee, that's the one thing that gets me out of bed. Or I don't know, the fact that I can make my bed and my room can look really nice in the morning, that's the one thing that I look forward to. Whether it's brushing your teeth, washing your face, taking your dog out for a walk, or like cuddling with your dog or your cat, or like making your breakfast, and not just like cereal. Like cereal is not breakfast. Cereal is a snack. But if you're like, I don't know, if you're doing like oatmeal, or you know those really fancy like fruit bowls that has like oatmeal or like smoothie or whatever with like bananas and granola and stuff like that, and acai chia seeds. Like you're romanticizing your life bit by bit by doing that. At first I thought it was toxic, but then I realized like no, it's actually not, because if you don't do that, then life is going to feel like a chore. Literally go on Pinterest, create a meal plan, save some couple of recipes that look pretty that you actually want to try to do. Start a book that you've heard that is really good for the longest time and it's just been waiting for you in your Amazon cart for you to order. Try all those small little things. And I'm not saying that magically you're gonna start wanting to live again, but on some non-suicidal stuff, like sometimes like all those things that I could say could actually not do anything. You know, it's just, I'm just talking out of my ass right now, and you're just like, I tried, it doesn't work, or I'm not in the mood to, and that's when maybe professional help might come in handy. You know, like I honestly think everybody should go see a therapist at any given moment of their life. When you work on yourself, it's not for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of for you to be mentally sane. So like working out, I know for some people it's like they love working out because they get out of their head, it helps them de-stress or it helps them with their anxiety, and it really does. Trust, it really does. So whether it's like working out, journaling, you don't have to journal every day. I know some people do it every morning, like the 5-minute journal, but I feel like that becomes a chore and it's just like you're dreading having to do that, you know? But if you do it like, I don't know, here and there a couple of times a week or just once a week, it feels good to get some things out. Even if you live alone and you have nobody to talk to, your friends are like, I don't know, out of the country or out of the city, and sometimes you just don't feel like talking. I realize that with anxiety and depression, like it's really hard to like open up or like talk to some people. Maybe you feel like you're a burden or you just don't feel like talking. One thing I do when I become like super depressed and I have a lot of anxiety, I just like close off and I don't talk to people. Sometimes I feel like, oh my god, what's the point? So I just like, I don't feel any better after I said it all, you know? But sometimes writing it, you don't have to speak. I know sometimes writing it could really help. And also feeling the feeling. Whatever you go through in life, if that boy left you, if that friend left you, if that family member left you, or if you just went through a really like traumatic phase in your life, allow yourself to feel sad. Allow yourself to feel pain, because you can't just like brush it off and trust. I used to do that. I kind of used to run away from my problems, and my coping mechanism to deal with certain things was to laugh. I just laugh it off, or like not dim it down. I don't know the word. I would minimize my issue and I would say it's not that bad, you know, and I would just keep going. I kind of sometimes still do that, but then I realized like I actually have to address it, whether it's by talking or writing about it. I feel like it's important to feel your feelings, whether it's anger. I'm not saying like lash out, go do something stupid. I'm saying like take the time to feel all those feelings and then go do something outside your comfort zone. Go skate. There's skating areas now. It's not snowing yet like that, but you can go skate, whether it's indoor or outdoor. Go take a walk in the forest during the day, please don't get eaten by a bear. You know, like go swim, go run. Even if you don't run, try something out of your comfort zone after you're done feeling sad, and it'll start coming back to you slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised my sentences were like kind of flowing to a certain point, but yeah. And also once you're ready to get into a relationship, you have to allow yourself, before you get into a relationship, first of all, my mother would always tell me that your friendship is what counts the most. Like your friendship are going to determine what you allow in a relationship. For boundaries, saying no to certain things, wanting people to respect your way of living. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an opinion for anything. Like people could judge you for doing something or for doing nothing. So your friends are the best thing there is, because they're the first thing that you have, the first contact you have for a relationship, like not romantically. And then once you get into like a romantic relationship, then you realize that first of all, you learn things about yourself that you never knew. Things that you would never allow, you allow. And sometimes that's kind of what love makes you do. But yeah, it's important to cherish. It's important to cherish your friendships that you have right now before you get into a relationship, and not to like alienate, not to brush off your friendships when you get into a relationship, or even like during, like before you get into a relationship. Like keep your friends close, especially your close friend. Keep them close, because just keep them close. Yeah, make sure that you set boundaries for yourself. I was reading this book called Boundaries. I still haven't finished it, but there's a lot of things that I am realizing, and I would recommend reading Boundaries as well. It's a really great book. So, you know, set your boundaries for yourself and for others to respect, because if you have no boundaries, then, you know, where's the self-respect? And how are people supposed to respect you if you have no boundaries? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of all. I don't know. I wish you got something out of it. I wish you enjoyed this video, and no matter how depressed you might feel, no matter how anxious you might feel, even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now and you're just like, this is never gonna end, trust it will get better. So I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.